Life is unpredictable. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. We often take things for granted, assuming everything is fine as long as nothing terrible happens. But have you ever paused to ask yourself, have I truly loved myself and appreciated what I have? It's easy to drift through life until hardships strike, when health fades, peace is shattered, or loved ones drift away. In those moments, we find ourselves panicking, asking why life has turned against us. Yet the truth is, life isn't against us. Every challenge is an opportunity, and the key isn't to avoid the storms, but to prepare your soul to weather them. If you start today learning to let go of trivial irritations, cultivating gratitude, and nurturing inner peace, you'll find that life's difficulties aren't as terrifying as they seem. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, you'll learn practical strategies to focus on what matters, stay calm under pressure, and create lasting positivity. These lessons aren't just theoretical. They're life-changing practices designed to transform how you face challenges. Don't wait for the storm to arrive to build your shelter. Begin now, while you have your health, your peace, and the love of those around you. Share this message with someone who might need it, and let your story inspire others in the comments below. Together, let's unlock the power of resilience and find calm in the chaos. 1. Focus on what matters. Let go of the small stuff. Life is often compared to a storm, unpredictable and relentless. In the chaos, we instinctively try to control everything: our work, relationships, outcomes, and even the opinions of others. Yet, as Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This simple yet profound truth is the cornerstone of finding inner peace, learning to focus on what truly matters while letting go of the small, inconsequential irritations. When I was younger, I often fell into the trap of obsessing over minor criticisms. I remember a moment vividly. After a work presentation, a colleague mentioned that my delivery lacked energy. I spent days replaying their words in my head, completely ignoring the fact that my boss had praised the presentation for its clarity and organization. That one small critique consumed me, overshadowing the positives. It wasn't until much later that I realized the energy I wasted worrying could have been better spent improving my overall performance and celebrating my progress. We often think that controlling everything will lead to a perfect life. But here's the paradox. The more we strive for control, the more stressed and overwhelmed we become. This is because so much of life is outside our grasp. Others' opinions, unforeseen events, or even the passage of time. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. This is exactly what happens when we try to micromanage every detail of our lives. Instead, we must learn to loosen our grip and embrace what is within our control. One practical way to shift your focus is by using the circle of influence exercise. Take a sheet of paper and draw a large circle. Inside the circle, write down everything you can control: your thoughts, actions, decisions, and reactions. Outside the circle, list the things you cannot control: other people's opinions, unexpected obstacles, or the past. By visually separating these two categories, you gain clarity. This exercise helps redirect your mental energy toward areas where you can make a real impact, reducing unnecessary frustration and stress. When you focus on what matters, you free yourself from the mental clutter that drains your energy. Consider the small irritations that occupy your mind: an unkind comment, a delayed email, or a fleeting embarrassment. Are these truly worth your emotional investment? More often than not, they aren't. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, advises, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This wisdom reminds us that letting go is not about indifference. It's about prioritization. You don't ignore challenges. You choose where to direct your effort and attention. Next time you find yourself caught up in a minor annoyance, pause and ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Does worrying about this improve the situation? What positive action can I take right now? By answering these questions, you reframe your perspective, aligning your actions with your values rather than your anxieties. Returning to my own story, I eventually shifted my focus. I began to value constructive feedback, using it as a tool for growth rather than a source of self-doubt. More importantly, I learned to celebrate progress, acknowledging the praise I received and recognizing that perfection is neither possible nor necessary. This shift didn't just improve my work. It lightened my mental load and brought greater peace to my life. Set daily priorities. Each morning, list 3 tasks or goals that align with your core values. Practice gratitude. At the end of the day, write down one thing you accomplished or one positive moment you experienced. Release what you can't control. When you feel overwhelmed, revisit your circle of influence to remind yourself where to focus. Life becomes simpler and far more joyful when you focus on what truly matters. By letting go of the small stuff, you create space for clarity, gratitude, and resilience. As you take this step, you'll find that challenges no longer feel like insurmountable obstacles, but rather opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Remember, peace is not found in the absence of challenges, but in your ability to rise above them. 2. Gratitude as a mindset. I once heard a story from a close relative, a former soldier, who shared how gratitude had transformed his life. After years spent on the battlefield, he told me how every morning he now wakes up feeling thankful just to be beside his family. Even when his job presents challenges, he reminds himself that having his health and loved ones close is the greatest blessing. His story taught me a powerful lesson. Gratitude isn't about waiting for perfect circumstances. It's about finding value in what you already have. In our busy lives, it's easy to overlook the abundance around us. We chase goals, stress over setbacks, and dwell on what we lack, forgetting the treasures we already hold. Gratitude, as the Stoics believed, is not just a fleeting emotion. It's a deliberate practice, a way of reshaping your perspective. Seneca wisely wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This perspective invites us to pause and appreciate the blessings we often take for granted. The beauty of gratitude lies in its ability to shift our focus. Imagine this. After a long day of work, instead of fixating on what went wrong, you take a moment to acknowledge the good, a supportive coworker, a warm meal, or simply the chance to rest. This small mental shift can reduce stress, increase happiness, and remind us of life's inherent richness. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about learning to see value even in life's challenges. When things don't go as planned, ask yourself, what lesson is this teaching me? Perhaps a missed opportunity frees you to explore something better. A difficult conversation might strengthen your resilience. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, urges us to recognize that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Adopting this mindset allows us to find gratitude even in adversity. Consider starting a gratitude journal, a simple yet profound practice. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you are thankful for. These can be big or small: a kind word from a stranger, the laughter of a child, or the comfort of your home. Over time, this habit rewires your brain to focus on the positive, making gratitude your default response to life. Reflecting on gratitude also deepens your connection with others. A heartfelt thank you to a friend or colleague not only acknowledges their effort, but also strengthens your bond. Gratitude is contagious. When you express it, you inspire others to do the same. This ripple effect creates a cycle of positivity that benefits everyone around you. Gratitude doesn't stop at appreciating the good. It also involves reframing how we view hardships. Think about a time when something didn't go your way. At first, it might have felt frustrating or even devastating, but with hindsight, you may realize it led to unexpected growth or opportunities. For example, losing a job might have pushed you toward a career you're truly passionate about. Gratitude transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Incorporating gratitude into daily life doesn't require grand gestures. It's in the quiet moments, the first sip of coffee in the morning, the hug from a loved one, or the warmth of the sun on your skin. These small acts of appreciation ground us, reminding us that joy often resides in the simple things. The former soldier I mentioned earlier also taught me this. Life's fragility makes every moment worth cherishing. Instead of waiting for a wake-up call, practice gratitude today. Pause, look around, and acknowledge the beauty already present in your life. As you do, you'll find that gratitude doesn't just make life bearable. It makes life extraordinary. Gratitude is a mindset, a habit, and a choice. It allows us to find peace amid chaos and happiness in imperfection. By embracing gratitude, we not only enrich our own lives, but also inspire those around us to do the same. As you reflect on what you're thankful for, remember this: he who is contented is rich. Let that contentment guide you to a calmer, more positive life. 3. Talk positively to yourself. There's a story about a woman who visited a psychologist, burdened by the belief that she was a failure. Her thoughts were riddled with negativity. I'm not good enough, I've let myself go, I don't deserve happiness. She questioned everything, wondering if marriage had made her unattractive or if motherhood had changed her personality for the worse. The psychologist listened patiently and then gave her a simple task. For 1 month, every morning and every night, she was to say something kind about herself. When she returned weeks later, her demeanor was different. She smiled more, felt lighter, and described a newfound joy in her life. The psychologist explained, "Your past words were filled with complaints and self-blame. Even if you didn't realize it, those words created a spiral of negativity. But when you started speaking kindly to yourself, you broke that cycle." This story reveals a profound truth. The way we talk to ourselves shapes our reality. Negative self-talk is like a shadow, following you and amplifying your fears. Words like, "I can't," or "I'll never succeed," don't just express doubt, they reinforce it. Conversely, positive self-talk builds resilience, encouraging you to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." What color is your inner dialogue painting your life? If your thoughts are filled with self-doubt, criticism, or defeat, they cast a gray shadow over your potential. But if you choose to fill your mind with affirmations of strength and capability, you'll begin to see a brighter, more empowered version of yourself. Positive self-talk is not about ignoring your flaws or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about recognizing your humanity and treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a dear friend. Imagine how you'd respond if someone close to you confided their insecurities. Would you criticize them or reassure them of their worth? Why should your response to yourself be any different? Practicing positive self-talk requires intentionality. Start by becoming aware of the words you use to describe yourself, especially in moments of stress or failure. When you catch yourself saying something like, "I'm terrible at this," pause and reframe it. Replace it with, "This is challenging, but I'm learning and improving." Small shifts in language can transform how you perceive yourself and your abilities. Another technique is to create daily affirmations tailored to your goals and values. For instance, if you're working on building emotional resilience, try saying, "I am calm and in control of my emotions." If you're facing a difficult situation, remind yourself, "I am capable of overcoming any challenge." Write these affirmations down and repeat them aloud in the morning or before bed. Over time, they will become ingrained in your mindset. Think back to a time when you doubted yourself but succeeded anyway. Maybe you feared you weren't qualified for a job but landed it with determination. Or perhaps you worried about failing an exam and ended up excelling. Use these memories as evidence to counter negative thoughts. They remind you that you've overcome doubts before and can do so again. It's also essential to surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you, and limit exposure to negativity, whether from toxic relationships, overwhelming news, or critical social media. The voices you let into your life affect the voice you carry inside. Choose carefully. Positive self-talk isn't a one-time fix. It's a lifelong practice. Some days will be harder than others, but consistency is key. Remember, each kind word you say to yourself is an act of self-care. Over time, these words become your default thoughts, shaping a mindset of confidence and self-compassion. Your inner dialogue holds immense power. It can be your greatest ally or your harshest critic. By choosing to speak kindly to yourself, you take the first step toward unlocking your full potential. As the Stoics teach us, peace and resilience begin within. Let your words reflect the strength you already possess. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let this wisdom guide your inner voice to one of encouragement, growth, and unwavering belief in yourself. 4. Be patient and release the pressure. Patience is a quiet strength, a virtue that allows us to endure and grow through life's inevitable delays and disappointments. It is often said that patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. This wisdom holds profound truth, especially in a world that constantly urges us to rush, achieve, and outperform. Yet the Stoics remind us that growth, like nature, takes time. As Epictetus taught, no great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. In today's fast-paced society, patience is more than a virtue. It's a necessity. When we rush toward results, we burden ourselves with unnecessary pressure, forgetting that some of life's most meaningful outcomes unfold slowly. Think of a tree. It doesn't bear fruit overnight. It grows, season by season, nurtured by sunlight and rain, until the time is right. Your journey is no different. Whether it's a career goal, a relationship, or personal growth, trust that every step matters and that the destination will arrive when it's meant to. The pressure we place on ourselves often stems from unrealistic expectations. We demand perfection, forgetting that life is inherently imperfect. Stoic philosophy encourages us to release this pressure by embracing what is within our control and letting go of what isn't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on our actions and mindset rather than outcomes, we free ourselves from the weight of expectations. Being patient doesn't mean standing still. It means taking deliberate, purposeful steps while trusting the process. When faced with setbacks, patience helps us pause and reflect rather than react impulsively. It allows us to ask, "What can I learn from this?" instead of, "Why is this happening to me?" Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth when approached with patience. Releasing pressure also means learning to live in the present. Often, we're so consumed by future goals or past regrets that we miss the beauty of the moment. As Seneca wisely observed, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply pausing to appreciate a quiet moment, anchors us in the now, reminding us that life unfolds one moment at a time. Patience isn't just about enduring, it's about believing in the process. Imagine planting a garden. You water the seeds, ensure they get sunlight, and wait. You can't force them to grow faster, but you trust that, with time, they will. The same applies to your efforts and dreams. Trust that your consistent actions will bear fruit, even if the results aren't immediate. This trust reduces the mental strain of constant striving, allowing you to move forward with calm and confidence. In releasing pressure, it's also essential to extend patience to yourself. We are often our harshest critics, expecting flawless progress and immediate success. Yet, just as a tree doesn't scold itself for taking time to grow, neither should you. Celebrate small victories, acknowledge your efforts, and remember that every step forward is a step closer to your goal. Patience isn't about passivity or resignation. It's an active choice to align with life's natural rhythms. It's about understanding that the path to inner peace, fulfillment, and success isn't a sprint, but a marathon. With each moment of patience, you build resilience, clarity, and strength. As you cultivate patience, remember that it's not the absence of action, but the presence of trust. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in the timing of life. When you release the pressure of rushing, you'll find a sense of calm, a renewed focus, and the joy of living fully in each moment. Patience, after all, is not just a virtue. It's a gift you give to yourself. 5. Connect with those who bring positive energy. The relationships you nurture shape the person you become. The people you surround yourself with influence your thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately, your life. As Jim Rohn wisely said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This insight reminds us that the energy of those around us has a profound impact on our well-being. Positive connections are not merely supportive, they are transformative. Spending time with individuals who radiate optimism, kindness, and encouragement inspires you to reflect those qualities in your own life. Their energy becomes contagious, uplifting your spirit and motivating you to pursue your goals with confidence and clarity. Surrounding yourself with such people is not just a social choice, It's an investment in your emotional resilience and personal growth. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of relationships in cultivating inner peace. Marcus Aurelius advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This does not mean seeking perfection in others, but rather looking for authenticity, honesty, and positivity. True connections are built with those who are honest yet supportive, challenging you to grow without tearing you down. These individuals serve as anchors during storms, providing perspective and encouragement when you need it most. Conversely, it's equally important to recognize the influence of negative relationships. Toxicity can manifest in subtle ways: constant criticism, passive aggressiveness, or a tendency to dismiss your dreams and aspirations. These interactions drain your energy and cloud your vision, making it harder to focus on your values and goals. Limiting exposure to such negativity is not selfish. It is an act of self-preservation. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control others' actions, but we can choose how we respond and who we allow into our lives. Building a circle of positive influences begins with intentionality. First, reflect on your existing relationships. Who uplifts you? Who inspires you to become the best version of yourself? Strengthen these bonds by dedicating time and attention to these individuals. A simple conversation, shared activity, or heartfelt acknowledgement can deepen your connection and create mutual support. Next, seek out new opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals. Join communities, attend events, or engage in activities that align with your passions and values. Surrounding yourself with people who share your enthusiasm for personal growth or creative pursuits fosters an environment of mutual encouragement. As these connections grow, you'll find yourself drawing strength from their positivity while also contributing your own. As you focus on fostering positive relationships, consider how your own energy impacts others. Are you a source of encouragement and optimism, or do you inadvertently project frustration or negativity? Like a ripple in the water, your attitude spreads to those around you. By consciously choosing to approach interactions with kindness, patience, and empathy, you contribute to a cycle of positivity that enriches both your life and the lives of others. Expanding your circle to include individuals who are genuine, kind, and open-minded doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations or disagreements. On the contrary, healthy relationships allow space for honest dialogue and constructive feedback without fear of judgment. These moments of vulnerability deepen trust and reinforce the strength of your connections. The benefits of surrounding yourself with positive influences extend beyond emotional well-being. Research shows that strong, supportive relationships can improve mental health, reduce stress, and even contribute to a longer, healthier life. When you invest in relationships that nurture your spirit, you create a foundation for enduring happiness and resilience. In the end, connecting with those who bring positive energy is about creating a life of purpose, joy, and growth. By choosing your relationships wisely and intentionally, you cultivate an environment that supports your journey toward inner peace and positivity. Remember, as the Stoics teach, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Surround yourself with people who inspire the best in you and reflect the positivity you wish to see in the world. 6. Generosity creates happiness. I once had a relative who quietly supported a struggling family in his neighborhood. Without seeking recognition, he paid for their children's school fees, ensuring they could continue their education. When I asked him why he did it, his answer was simple: seeing those kids thrive is the greatest reward. His actions were a reminder that generosity is not just about giving, it's about creating meaning and connection. It enriches not only the lives of those we help, but also our own. Generosity at its core is an act of selflessness that transcends material value. It's a powerful reminder of our shared humanity and a bridge that connects us to others. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Every act of kindness, no matter how small, has a ripple effect, leaving an indelible mark on the world and on our own hearts. When we give, whether it's our time, resources, or support, we shift our focus away from ourselves. This shift creates space for gratitude, empathy, and a sense of purpose. Studies even show that acts of generosity release endorphins, often referred to as the helper's high, reducing stress and boosting happiness. These benefits are not limited to grand gestures. A kind word, a helping hand, or even a listening ear can create a profound sense of connection. Generosity also cultivates a mindset of abundance. In giving, we remind ourselves that we have enough to share, breaking free from the fear of scarcity. This perspective aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control. By giving freely, we exercise our ability to contribute positively to the world, regardless of external circumstances. Moreover, the act of giving encourages us to be present and mindful. When you help someone, you engage fully in the moment, connecting with their needs and emotions. This presence not only strengthens the bond between giver and receiver, but also deepens your appreciation for life's simple joys. As Seneca observed, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Generosity isn't confined to monetary contributions. It can take countless forms: sharing your knowledge, offering your time, or lending a shoulder to lean on. For example, mentoring someone in your field can have a lasting impact, not just on their career, but on their confidence and self-worth. These intangible gifts often carry more weight than material ones, as they reflect your genuine care and investment in another person's growth. At the same time, it's important to practice generosity with balance. Giving should not come at the expense of your well-being. The Stoics remind us to act with reason and moderation, ensuring that our kindness does not lead to personal harm. True generosity stems from a place of abundance, not obligation, and it flourishes when both the giver and the receiver are enriched. Incorporating generosity into your daily life doesn't require dramatic changes. Start small. Compliment a colleague, help a neighbor, or surprise a loved one with a thoughtful gesture. These simple acts can transform your perspective, fostering a deeper connection with those around you. Over time, you'll notice how generosity becomes a habit, a natural extension of your character. Generosity also has a way of reflecting back to us. When you give freely, you inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of kindness that benefits entire communities. Imagine the ripple effect of one act of kindness. It can brighten a stranger's day, encourage them to help someone else, and create a chain reaction of positivity. In the end, generosity is not about the size of the gift, but the intention behind it. When you give with an open heart, you create happiness, not just for others, but for yourself. As you cultivate this habit, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Let your thoughts be guided by kindness, and let your actions reflect the abundance of your spirit. In giving, you'll find that life becomes richer, more meaningful, and infinitely more fulfilling. 7. Prioritize peace in your life. Peace of mind is the foundation of a happy and sustainable life. It isn't something that happens by chance, it's a choice you make every day. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and demands, prioritizing peace requires intentional effort. As the Stoics taught, true tranquility comes not from the absence of chaos, but from cultivating a calm center within yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You can be invincible if you do not enter into combat with what is outside your control." To nurture this inner peace, you must choose what to let into your life and what to keep out. Imagine peace as a garden. It flourishes only when you carefully tend it, removing weeds of negativity and planting seeds of positivity. This requires setting boundaries, making mindful choices, and dedicating time to practices that ground you in the present. I recall a close friend who lives a demanding life as a corporate executive, constantly traveling and managing high-stakes responsibilities. Yet every morning, without fail, he carves out a few minutes to meditate and sip a cup of tea. He once shared with me, "No matter how hectic the day gets, starting with a moment of stillness allows me to stay calm and balanced." His practice reminds us that creating peace doesn't require hours of solitude. Even a few intentional moments can make a world of difference. This story illustrates a key principle. Peace is not something external to be found, but an internal state to be cultivated. To begin, take small steps each day to create moments of calm. It could be as simple as starting your morning with deep breaths, journaling your thoughts, or taking a walk in nature. These moments act as anchors, grounding you amid life's uncertainties. Setting boundaries is another essential step. Often, we allow the demands of others to encroach on our time and energy, leaving little room for ourselves. Learning to say no to commitments that don't align with your values is not selfish, it's necessary. Protecting your peace ensures that you have the clarity and strength to give your best to what truly matters. Equally important is decluttering your mind. The Stoics believe that much of our anxiety stems from worrying about things outside our control. Instead of dwelling on these uncertainties, focus on what you can influence: your actions, your mindset, and your choices. Seneca wisely advised, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Concentrate your energy where it counts, and let go of the rest. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to reinforce peace. When you shift your focus to what you already have rather than what you lack, you create a sense of contentment. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but finding value even in difficult moments. Gratitude transforms your perspective, helping you see life's imperfections as opportunities for growth. Surrounding yourself with the right people also plays a crucial role. Spend time with those who inspire positivity and support your journey toward peace. Limit interactions with individuals who bring negativity or drain your energy. Remember, you are the curator of your environment, and the energy you allow shapes your state of mind. Finally, embrace the present moment. Peace is found in the here and now, not in reliving the past or worrying about the future. Practice mindfulness by fully engaging with what you're doing. Whether it's savoring a meal, listening to a loved one, or simply enjoying the silence. These moments of presence connect you to life's essence and remind you of the beauty in simplicity. In prioritizing peace, you're not just improving your well-being, you're creating a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." By nurturing your inner calm, you radiate tranquility to others, making the world a little brighter for everyone. Choose peace, and you choose a life of clarity, resilience, and joy. As we come to the end of this journey, let's reflect on the lessons we've uncovered. Life's challenges are inevitable, but the way we respond to them defines our path. By focusing on what truly matters, practicing gratitude, nurturing positive self-talk, and prioritizing peace, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and resilience. The wisdom of Stoic philosophy teaches us that our inner peace is not dependent on the outside world. It begins within, rooted in our thoughts, choices, and actions. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to a calmer, more positive life. Remember, peace and positivity are not destinations but ongoing practices. Start small. Take a moment each day to breathe deeply, express gratitude, or offer kindness to yourself and others. These simple actions ripple outward, transforming not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Now I invite you to share your story. What steps have you taken to bring calm and positivity into your life? Have you discovered moments of gratitude or overcome challenges with resilience? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience could inspire someone else to begin their journey. Thank you for being part of this exploration. May you continue to cultivate peace, embrace growth, and find joy in life's journey. The power to transform is already within you.